Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second semifinal match in the Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship tournament. I am, of course, the longest reigning Wrestling Trivia Challenge champion in history, much to the chagrin of both of these men, the Pennsylvania sensation Greg Cherry. But like I said, these are two former Wrestling Trivia Challenge champions, so they've definitely earned their way into the tournament. As you can hear my dog whining because I just got home from vacation. Um, but both of these men are definitely capable of taking the championship from me. That's why they're in the position that they are in. So, first of all, let me introduce to you the number one seed from the Rumble division from the Rock of Gibraltar. Welcome back, David. David, how you doing?
Not too bad. I'm enjoying my Saturday and I'm waiting for NXT Takeover. So that's my plan for tonight.
Yeah, we're actually filming this. I probably should have this up around or shortly after Takeover finishes. This is Royal Rumble weekend, and I know you guys are looking forward to Takeover and the Rumble. Yeah, Takeover and the Rumble, and this episode going up. So I'm going to do what I can to get this up beforehand. But nonetheless, your opponent is a former champion as well, a former four-time Wrestling Trivia Challenge champion, the West Coast Professor, good old JM, Jeff Meacham. Jeff, welcome back.
Steal this back real quick here. I'll go ahead and open that, get that started here. Ginger ale because the stomach's all messed up. So
Well, it's funny that you have Canada Dry because whoever wins this faces a man from Canada, Mark Moffat, who has.
There's no funny about it. It's all message. It's all subliminal.
Okay, all right. You're going back to season one, Jeff Meacham there.
But I can't look past David by any means because he's the man that took the title from me. So I'm gonna focus in. Yeah, and it is our favorite weekend of the year, Greg, and it's time to contest Trivia Championship tournament.
Yep, because whoever wins this faces Mark, like I said, which means in just a couple short weeks here, I'm going to have to be putting my title on the line. I'm going to have to put my money where my mouth is. I set this tournament up to find the best challenger I possibly could, so I did this to myself. As much as people want to say I'm Brock Lesnaring the title, at least I wanted a challenge. I wasn't going through people like water through pretty much anything. Yeah, pretty much. So, let's go over the rules. I'm sure we want to get into this episode. 20 questions. First to 10 points. Whoever has the most after 20 questions becomes the winner. One skip that you can use on your question only. And, of course, the Greg Cherry rule, where if you answer a question before on the buzzer, accept your answer. And if it's correct, you get the point. If it's wrong, obviously it doesn't matter. So, we're ready to get this started. We did, I'd say a coin toss, but we did count number 1 through 10 because I was too lazy to go downstairs and get a coin. So, telling the truth, shooting right here on the show.
On the episode of the Trivia Challenge?
Yeah, pretty much. So, the winner of that was Jeff. So, Jeff, you get the first question. And let's get into this second semifinal match. Let's see who's going to the finals. Jeff, how many championships changed hands at the 2012 Survivor Series event? 10 seconds. Go.
0.
That's correct. It is 0. No championships changed hands, unlike its predecessor 10 years prior, where every championship changed hands that was defended.
Changed hands. That's it. That was ugly.
But it made for a good pay-per-view. 2002 Survivor Series was good. 2012 was all right.
2002 Big Four was good in general.
Yeah, I mean, 2002 was a solid year.
It was.
All right, David, your first question. What is the name of Carmella's submission finisher? 10 seconds. Go.
Oh, God. Something Staten Island, I don't know.
That is incorrect. Jeff, 10 seconds. Go.
I truthfully have no idea. Not
oh, my goodness.
I'm gonna guess it's Dirty Money. I don't know.
Dirty Money? She's not Diddy. Come on.
I know.
No. The correct answer is the Code of Silence.
Cone or the code?
Code. Yeah, the Cone of Silence.
That's a weird name.
She's not a geometry teacher, Jeff.
The Cone of Silence could be for the people she considers dogs. I don't know.
Oh. But no, it's the code. I have a little bit of a cold, so maybe it didn't come through. But
Cold,
right.
Code, and cone, and there's just too many C sounds. Can't handle it.
All right. I'm surprised you guys didn't get that one. I was expecting like a 10-10 finish, but that's not going to happen now. It's ruined already. All right. Jeff, your next question. Who did Alberto Del Rio defend the World Heavyweight Championship against at SummerSlam 2013? 10 seconds. Go.
Damn it. Dolph Ziggler?
That is incorrect. David, 10 seconds. Go.
Was it Jack Swagger?
It was not. It was, believe it or not, Christian.
Oh.
Oh, that was a good match too. I forgot about that.
That was. What's even worse is I think was I there? No, I wasn't there. I was down the street at Hooters waiting for it to be over.
Yeah, well, I remember you messaged me like after the Daniel Bryan match, after he won the title, and then Orton cashed in.
Oh, that was brutal. I literally have not cried that much over WWE, I think, since. I'm so upset.
But you know what? It led to a great 7-8 months where Daniel Bryan got built up and got the WrestleMania match that he was going to get.
Just like, no, they finally did it, and they did it.
It worked out for him in the end.
It worked out for him and everybody else, for one of his fans in the end, so it was okay.
There you go. All right, David, your next question. What was the main event of the final Starrcade event under the WCW banner? 10 seconds. Go.
I want to say Sid versus Scott Steiner for just random reason.
Well, for being random, that's right.
Yeah.
Really?
Correct. Yeah.
I figured because they had that match at, was it Greed or was it the first one, it's the one where Sid hurt his leg, I think. They had the rematch.
Sin was the one he hurt his leg.
Steiner and Jim and Animal, even though he wasn't really in the match, he was kind of helping out the other two, and Sid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised. Lucky guess.
Yeah. Hey, lucky guesses work on this show.
That's right.
I think Mark proved that already.
Yeah.
All right. Jeff, your next question. Who attacked Jake the Snake Roberts on the Snake Pit, causing him to turn face? 10 seconds. Go.
Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, it was the Honky Tonk Man. The good old El Kabong right to the head.
With a real guitar.
With a real guitar, yeah. I remember watching that with the Jake DVD. I was like, oh, couldn't have had a gimmicked one?
Destroyed Jake's vertebrae in the process.
And that's what caused all Jake's addiction issues, too.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's done better for himself with DDP Yoga, so.
God bless Dallas. I'm telling you, man. Dallas saves lives. I'm saying it for a year.
I'd pop hard if he was in the Rumble.
So would I.
All right. Next question, David. What was the name of the tournament whose final match was the tag team ladder match at No Mercy 1999? I need the tournament name. 10 seconds. Go.
Was it Terry Runnels Invitational or something like that?
I think I'll give that one to you. It was the Terry Invitational Tournament. So yeah, I'll give that one to you because
I'm good with it. I'm good with it. That's fine.
Yeah, they called it the Terry Invitational Tournament. TIT. Ha ha ha. So funny.
Lol.
But that's what it was. It was for Terry Runnels managerial services.
And $100,000.
And $100,000.
Look at the money involved being with Terry.
Yeah. Fantastic match too.
Fantastic series.
Yes, exactly. All right, Jeff. Your next question. Which two superstars comprise the Twin Towers tag team? 10 seconds. Go.
Akeem and the Big Boss Man.
That is correct. Managed by Reverend Slick.
Slick.
Dr. Style.
Dyer.
All right. Next question. David, both of you still have your skips. I want to throw that out because, as we saw with the last episode, it can play a factor. Who gave the Authors of Pain their first pinfall defeat in NXT? 10 seconds. Go.
Was it TM61?
That is incorrect. Jeff, 10 seconds. Go.
Oh, forgot. Didn't they not lose NXT?
What's that?
Didn't they not lose NXT?
They did lose in NXT. They lost the tag team titles to Sanity.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
And I don't remember if they got beaten the triple threat or not, or if they were pinned in the triple threat, the last one.
Yeah, I know they lost in more games too. So and that was by pinfall technically. So
I think it was one of the Undisputed Era that got pinned though. So triple threat, I guess it doesn't really.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. AOP and Roderick won that.
Somebody will correct us in the comments. I'm sure.
I'm sure they will. Anyway, yeah, AOP and Roderick won that match. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Jeff, who was the second person drafted to SmackDown in the 2002 WWE Draft? 10 seconds. Go.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle is correct. Yes.
I almost said Hollywood, but he was number 3 for SmackDown.
No, he wasn't. Hogan was 4th. Benoit was 3rd.
Who was 3rd?
Benoit.
Oh, that's right.
The man that apparently won the 2004 Rumble.
Yep.
All right.
I remember Kurt Angle specifically because he said after he was celebrating getting picked by Vince second, he looked at Vince and he's like, but I should have been first.
Yeah, and then he fought RVD to try and bring the IC title to SmackDown. So.
Classic Kurt Angle.
Yep. Very good.
All right, David, here's your next question. Kane made his WWF pay-per-view debut at which In Your House event? 10 seconds. Go.
Bad Blood.
Bad Blood is correct, yes.
I remember that as if it was yesterday.
It's hard to believe it was over 20 years ago.
I know, right? I mean, I was 9 when that happened.
I was older than 9.
97, yeah, so was I. Okay, Jeff, before we date ourselves even more, here's your next question. What was the stipulation for the Undertaker versus Stone Cold Steve Austin WWF Championship match at Over the Edge 1999? 10 seconds. Go.
Stipulation was no disqualification, 2 special referees.
That's correct. I just had 2 special referees. That was what I was looking for specifically, but no disqualification, 2 special referees. Because with special referees, they kind of let you get away with anything. So.
Well, the thing is, it said no disqualification, but they kept saying Shane was going to disqualify Austin because Shane was out there by himself for the longest time because they took Vince out.
Yeah.
So they changed that midstream, so it was very confusing what the actual stip was. But there was definitely 2 special referees.
Right.
Good thing I didn't get that question then.
Yep.
To this day, I've never actually watched that paper in full, believe it or not.
Well, I don't. Can you really blame me? I mean, it's the pay-per-view where Owen Hart passed. It's kind of hard to go back and watch that one.
It edited heavily on the network, so you can't actually see the whole thing in full, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's even up there.
I've got it on DVD somewhere, though.
Oh, wow. That's right, because they had it on DVD back where you guys are, so I forgot about that. So.
Yeah.
No, they're supposed to, but they didn't, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, David, your next question. And both you still have your skips. Who was inducted into the 2017 No DQ Hall of Fame under the male superstar category? 10 seconds. Go.
I'm just going to be random and say Booker T.
That is incorrect. Jeff, 10 seconds. Go.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
That is correct. It is AJ.
Aaron, I got a no DQ question.
You're going to get a pay raise now.
Get a pay raise now. Woohoo! Yeah. NoDQ.com.
Not that if you would have missed it, it would have been your first one that you missed, but
would have been the first no DQ question I missed either. So,
yeah. All right, Jeff, back to you for yours. Your favorite, according to Spotify. Yes, according to Spotify, whose theme song is titled "Stars in the Night." 10 seconds. Go.
Paige.
Yes, it is Paige.
Yeah, Spotify question. I am on a roll today.
Yeah, you're on a roll, Jeff. I mean, if you get a no DQ and the Spotify question, you're set. Maybe. It depends how the rest of these go.
Yeah, still a lot of questions to go yet.
Yeah. All right, David, your next question. And again, you still have your skip. Rachel, we might not get to your questions at this rate.
Let's see.
All right. What name did Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian use as their tag team name in TNA/Impact Wrestling? 10 seconds. Go.
Was it Bad Influence?
Yes, it was Bad Influence. That is correct.
They changed it to the Addiction one, so they went to ROH, I believe.
Yes,
yep,
that is.
That's correct.
Because they couldn't use Bad Influence because TNA was still Bogart and everything back then.
Yep.
But now they're like, we don't care.
We don't care. We suck anyway. Or whatever. Do what you need to do.
Okay, Jeff, your next question.
Yes.
And you might know this considering you've watched pretty much all of them in the last couple weeks. What year was the first year that all 30 entrants in the Royal Rumble had theme music? 10 seconds. Go.
$1995.
That is incorrect. David, 10 seconds. Go.
1 year more. 1996.
1996 is correct.
I thought that was the greatest thing ever back then. Still do today.
You know, I remember, this was years ago, I found the 1990 Royal Rumble, and the first couple entrants there had entrance music too. It was like, why didn't they just keep with it? So I actually edited in everybody else's theme music because it drove me nuts, the inconsistency.
You had a lot of free time back then, Greg.
Yes.
I was a single man back then. Yes, I did have a lot of free time. Don't got that time now.
I just had the kids. I don't have that time at all.
Yeah, there you go. All right. David, your next question. Drowning Pool's song Step Up was the theme song for which WrestleMania? 10 seconds. Go.
WrestleMania 20, wasn't it?
Yep, it was WrestleMania 20, where it all begins again.
Did it really all begin again?
it was a decent WrestleMania. It was probably one of the better ones.
They kind of and they did the first draft last year. They kind of rebooted everything there. So
yeah, I think besides the Goldberg Brock match, it's a very solid show. That's my opinion.
Both the world title matches were solid. But there were a couple matches on there that were like the Divas tag team match and Goldberg Lesnar the first time they faced.
Jericho Christian was a good match too.
Jericho Christian was excellent. I enjoyed that one a
lot. Fatal 4-way tag matches were a little weak too.
Yeah, I mean they were kind of anticlimactic, especially with both tag team champions retaining,
which was great.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, your next question. What type of match did Tank Abbott and Big Al have at the WCW Super Brawl 2000 pay-per-view? 10 seconds. Go.
Skip. I have no idea.
Wow. David, did you know that one?
Actually, I didn't know.
It was a skins match.
Okay. I've never heard of that till now.
Yeah, for sure.
Go back. It was the stupidest thing. Literally, it was like a leather jacket on a pole match, which Vince Russo, so go figure.
Well,
actually, no. In February of 2000, it was not Russo by then. It was already the Kevin Sullivan regime.
It was still Kevin Sullivan? Okay.
Yeah. Russo had been ousted, and he went home until, whatever it was, April 3rd, or that.
Until April 10th when he came back.
Right.
Maybe he just mailed in an idea.
You can't blame Vince for that one.
Oh, I can't anyway. It doesn't mean I have to be right. All right, but Jeff, here's your skip question from Rachel.
Okay, Rachel.
How many reigns did Eddie Guerrero have as Intercontinental Champion? 10 seconds. Go.
3.
That is incorrect. David, 10 seconds. Go.
I believe it was 2.
It was 2. That is correct.
Yeah, he won it when he came back in 2002, and then in 2000 from China, I believe.
Yep.
That,
he beat China and he beat RVD.
I was counting the third one for some reason after the 02 win against RVD for some reason.
Yep.
Damn it.
Backlash 2002 is when he won it, if I recall.
All right, David, your next question. Which former WWE superstar was given the ill-fated and short-lived name of Beaver Cleavage? 10 seconds. Go.
Chaz.
Chaz is correct, yes. All right, Jeff, your next question. Who did Randy Orton defeat to win his first ever Intercontinental Championship? 10 seconds. Go.
Rob Van Dam.
That is correct.
Mark that in 2003.
All right, we got a tight matchup here. All right, David, this is your final question. During the first season of Southpaw Regional Wrestling, what pay-per-view event were they attempting to promote, only to find out the date of the event did not exist? 10 seconds. Go.
Skip.
You're going to skip. All right, Jeff, did you know that?
I don't watch Southpaw, so no, I didn't know.
That was good stuff. You missed it. It was Lethal Leap Year. All right. David, this is your skip question from Rachel. As soon as I find where I am here. Okay. At Spring Stampede in 1997, who was expelled from the NWO? 10 seconds. Go.
Was it the Giants?
That is incorrect. Jeff, 10 seconds. Go.
Nick Patrick.
Nick Patrick is correct. And you know what? I wasn't sure if we were going to top the last match, but you know what? With a score of 9-8, the winner and moving on to the finals, good old JM, Jeff Meacham.
God bless the NWO. That's all I got to say, folks.
I'll tell you what.
Because that question there, we were tied going into his question. He skipped it. I'm like, okay, now I'm in trouble. Because Southpaw, I wouldn't have known either way.
Right.
But the fact that you asked Spring Stampede, I'm like, I just watched this. Please get it wrong. Please get it wrong.
I mean, it's one of those things you don't know. Like, I didn't know you watched Spring Stampede recently. I thought you were in your Rumble thing, and you still miss that one anyway. But
right now.
But it's going to be a rematch from season 1 in the finals. Jeff Meacham one-on-one with Mark Moffat, and you know what? I think Mark is going to bring the challenge.
He will.
He's definitely going to bring the challenge, and I'm still kind of frustrated. I was hoping for the tie. Damn it! I have this tie question. I've wanted to use it all season. I still haven't been able to use it. Maybe in the finals I'll use it. Otherwise, it's completely wasted. But that notwithstanding, David, do you have anything to say to Jeff and any plugs you want to make? I know you're freshly on NoDQ with your columns now.
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations to Jeff. I want to say big thank you to all of you from NoDQ, be it you, Greg, be it you, Jeff, everybody that's given me the biggest warm welcome that I could have ever received. And stay tuned for my columns. Part 2 of my What If column is coming out tomorrow too. So my top 10 what ifs in professional wrestling. And I think many people are going to be surprised with my theory for number 1.
All right. And Jeff, I mean, everybody knows your plugs, but you've made it this far, and a lot of people were like, oh, Jeff's just going to walk through this tournament. This whole thing's a work. You damn near got eliminated on that last question. So, I mean, what do you...
I just say that for him luck.
Yeah. I mean, it's what you know and what you don't. We've seen it many times on the show. So, Jeff...
show has been sheer dumb luck for me. I swear to God, I don't care. I got cocky in my reign, my first reign until I came up against Greg. I've been mildly cocky ever since, but this show is completely dumb luck. That's all this show is. And I think Greg will agree with me. Yes, Greg knows his stuff. Yes, I know my stuff. But it's not about what you know. It's about knowing what you know in the right moment.
Yes, and taking advantage of the opponent's questions is the bigger part than knowing your own.
Exactly. A good chunk of my 9 correct answers were off of David's questions, so it just happened to work out that way. So check me out, No DQ. Actually, this weekend I'll be on the NoDQ.com NXT Takeover wrap-up show, the review show with Stefan and everybody. I'll be on there later on tonight, actually, I guess, as we're taping this. And you can look out for next week's match or whatever we're going to put this up, because it's going to be a Jilly Jack, as Bobby Spade would say.
Jilly Jack, to say the least, baby.
Oh, if I forget, Jeff, we have actually got something coming up soon as well. We're going to start up that little series as well.
Let's start that series. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I completely it was gone.
I think we'll look forward to.
Kind of like a old school series where we're gonna basically do like review a show from the past. We're gonna take a look. We're gonna watch a show together. We may even watch it as we're taping the show. We haven't decided how we're gonna format this yet, but we're gonna watch an old show with fresh perspective and see what we think 10 years later, 20 years later, whatever the case may be.
All right, sounds good. A little blast from the past on No DQ, so that'll be kind of cool thing to watch.
The past is what we're going to follow, I believe.
There you go.
Lots of new content coming to No DQ. But, of course, you can go to Pro Wrestling Tees. If this goes up during the sale, ProWrestlingTees.com/PA Sensation. Get your shirt. You can get 20% off with the... Buy a shirt! You can get 20% off with the code RUMBLE.
Look into it.
Is it 25?
Pretty sure it's 15, actually.
Oh, was it 15? I thought it was 20. Well, you get money off of it anyway. That's what matters. Use the code RUMBLE. You can get those shirts. Buy them all, so I can make
discounted rates. That's right.
And that's pretty much it. Next week, the finals. Finally, it's going to happen. The finals. Jeff Meacham versus Mark Moffat. A rematch from season 1 when Jeff was champion. So this should be a very interesting match. About, what is it, about a year and a half, 2 years later? It's hard to believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
But the winner of that will challenge me for the Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship.
There's more, folks, and I get my rematch that you all been clamoring for.
Yeah, everybody's been asking for it, and then some people have been complaining about it, being like, oh, it's going to be Greg versus Jeff. You know that match is money, baby.
It's money
we'll see if it even happens. It could be me versus Mark. We will see. So next week, the finals of the Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship Tournament. And then the week after, during my championship match, I'll reveal who won the bracket competition and who gets a free shirt from me. Who won it?
Right.
We will see. We will see who that is. But until then, for Jeff Meacham, for David Diaz, this is the Pennsylvania sensation Greg Cherry. We will see you for the finals of the tournament next week. See you then.